Because we need to get that Daedric hammer. I think that's a nice way to ease us back in to how things are around Skyrim. We can just go for a nice ride, stretch our legs, you know, just enjoy the peace and quiet, have a bit of lunch on the road or something. And, well, depending on how quickly we travel, we might be back in time for dinner. Or maybe we could even just stop the night at the inn and then come back straight the next day. Yeah, well, let's do that. Well, tomorrow, we're going to Dawnstar, we're going to the inn, we'll spend the night at the inn, and we'll just see what comes our way the day after.
You'd never catch me up this early when I was a student.
Now, honestly, neither would I have been. We have that in common. I was not an early riser back in the day. Now, I can. I'm still not the best for it. I'm not gonna lie, I do struggle to get up in the mornings. It's just the waking up. The waking up part. Once you're up, it's fine. It's just the actual getting up. Particularly when you've got a nice warm bed and you're met with a cold, freezing air in the morning. But before breakfast, Lucian, we should have a little bit of a training session, don't you think?
Lucian Flavius, reporting for duty.
That's the spirit. I'm going to train you some more.
Excellent. I've been looking forward to this. What shall we work on this time?
I'm wondering. I could show you how to take a hit. We could work on your one-handed. I can't teach you any spells. I mean, I only really know a thing or two about taking a hit.
This sounds painful, but go on.
Right.
Oof. Oof. Is this really necessary?
This is for your own good. Right. Perfect. I think...
Let's get back to it.
Exactly. I think you're ready. Don't mind the bruising, if it does bruise. Right, and before we leave, I just want to nip by the general trader. I want to get some glass, because I need to make more bottles for oils, health oils, fire oils, that sort of thing. Morning. I don't mean to interrupt your breakfast. That does look very good. Can you take us to Dawnstar?
Need a ride? Where do you want to
go? Dawnstar it was.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Lovely. Thank you. Right, Inigo's going to stay at... Oh, of course it's raining. Of course it's raining. Right. Pull your hood up, Lucian. Inigo's going to stay at home.
You ready to go yet?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, we're going. We're getting in.
Oh,
Inigo's staying home. He wants to go to the Bard's College. We're going to go out solo. Lucian's got an interest in the museum, after all. No matter how dainty it turns out to be. You know, carriage rides, they don't hurt quite as much as they used to. I don't know if that's a good thing, though. It's probably a bad thing. We've been spending far too much time in carriages at the moment. Right. Where is this museum, then? Can't say any of this...
Does something feel wrong in the air here to you?
A little bit. I wonder if they're still getting plagued by nightmares. I wonder what the cause of the nightmares is. Either way. Seems out of our field of expertise. Seems like they need a mage or something around here. We also do need to mine, actually. We need to get some minerals and fragments for the oils we're going to make. Right, no museum. That's the Jarl's Longhouse. That's the biggest building there is. I think we might just have to knock door to door at this rate. Oh, morning. Excuse us, Ailson. Oh, hello. That looks like a Mythic Dawn banner, I think, judging from the letter we got.
Your ancestors wouldn't want this, Silas.
Why should I hide from it? This is my family's legacy.
It's the past. Dead oaths on dead lips. Let it stay there.
The museum is opening, Medina.
Well, this is a museum. You're saying he's not hiding from his legacy. He is wearing a mask.
And here comes my first visitor. The Museum of the Mythic Dawn is open, friend.
Museum...
I wonder why they call this place Dawnstar.
No.
The name is much prettier than the city.
Well, I hope it's actually not anything to do with Mythic Dawn. That's why they call it Dawnstar. What was that argument about just now? It seems like there's a little bit of tension about you opening this place up.
Never mind that. Medina is a good woman. But I have my own reasons for opening this museum, and I'm not changing my mind. I have a collection of artifacts from the group that toppled an empire. Their importance to history cannot be forgotten. Why don't you come in? You can browse the displays and we can talk. I have a job you look perfect for.
A job I look perfect for? Oh, wait, you must know that I'm a relic hunter. Well, I'm not gonna outright say no. I'm curious enough to find out what the job is. And they didn't exactly topple an empire. They might have toppled a dynasty. And that's not something to celebrate. But they didn't topple the empire. The empire's still alive and kicking.
Let's talk inside.
Right, I will, Oh, that Medina woman's gone. We'll have to find her. And get her side of that argument soon, I think. Right, come on, Lucian. Are we... Oh, after me, is it? Oh, no, after you.
Feel free to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss that job I mentioned.
Yeah, okay, well...
Ah, excuse me.
Okay,
The
sorry.
tapestries hung here
Come
and
on.
outside were found in hideouts, where members of the
Oh, can we all stop bumping into each other? Wait, where are you going? Don't mouth curses at me. I'm just looking. The banners are found in hideouts of the Mythic Dawn. I'm going to assume these are original robes, are they? Are you wearing original robes too?
That burned paper is all that remains of the fabled Mysterium Xerxes, the blasphemous book written by Mehrunes Dagon himself. It's said that Mankar Cameron used the book to open a portal to a paradise, where all his followers would live forever.
Didn't Mankar Cameron get killed by the hero of Kvatch? How did that work out for him? What else have you got?
The commentaries on the Mysterium Xerxes were written by the Mythic Dawn cult leader, Mankar Cameron. He promised a paradise awaited his followers when they died, that they would be reborn by Mehrunes Dagon's side.
Wait, so the Mythic Dawn commentaries are actually commentaries on the Xerxes, written by Dagon, Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric prince that invaded Tamriel. No wonder they're banned. That and the fact that they were written by, you know, a man that toppled a dynasty. Not an empire, a dynasty. Still not impressive or anything to celebrate. What's this? It's just an empty scabbard in here. Well, as a museum, I mean, this must cost a fortune. This alone is... It's heretical, as you said. Must cost a fortune. Well, I suppose all of it is. I don't really know the relevance of this. It's got a little Daedric symbol on it. It does look like a scabbard, but... Overall, it's underwhelming. I'm not sure why people would come to visit you here other than the Imperial Legion.
Did you have any questions about the museum? Or would you rather talk business?
Well, from your perspective, what was this cult to you? Why is it... You said you're not going to hide from your heritage, was it?
They were worshippers of Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Lord of Destruction and Change. The Mythic Dawn killed Uriel Septim VII and his heirs, triggering the events that led to the Oblivion Crisis when the Daedra invaded Tamriel.
So I've
All
read.
that remains of the infamous cult, I've gathered in my museum.
So you're saying if the Imperial Legion came along, they could stamp your cult out for good? And Mehrunes Dagon, Daedric Prince of Destruction and Change. Usually I only hear about the destruction part.
Ah, an excellent question. Mehrunes Dagon is the Daedric Lord of Change, Destruction, and Ambition. Dagon's Mythic Dawn cult killed the Septim Dynasty and opened the Oblivion Gates into Tamriel. They called it the Oblivion Crisis.
It was a crisis. Gates opened up all over Tamriel and murdered thousands in that crisis. And why even open this museum in Dawnstar of all places? Why not outside of the Empire's Reach, or do you feel safe because of all this civil unrest?
It's no secret that my family were once members of the Mythic Dawn. One of my forefathers was even chosen to assassinate Uriel Septim himself. We hid from our past for years, became tradesmen, people of coin and influence. But I realized that the Mythic Dawn's importance, our importance, to history cannot be denied. I'll see everyone in Tamriel remember that for a moment, we held the fate of the world in our hands, for good or ill.
You don't need to remind anyone. People remember. People know. It's not been forgotten. It was only a couple of 100 years ago, 200 years ago or so. It's nothing to celebrate. At all. You should just turn everything over to a respectable gallery, like the Dragonborn gallery, whom I represent. And we can display it, and, you can come and you can give talks, not celebrate the Mythic Dawn. Do not get me wrong, we are not promoting cultism of any kind, let alone to a Daedric prince that nearly destroyed Tamriel. Okay? Let's just talk about this job you want done.
A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups cropped up dedicated to wiping out the remnants of the Mythic Dawn.
Understandable.
One of these groups found Mehrunes' razor, the artifact of Dagon. They split it into 3 fragments and pledged to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim.
Oh, wait, no, hang on a minute. You want me to get those fragments? Oh, no, if he knows the locations of those fragments, if I say no, he's just going to go and get somebody else to go fetch them. If I agree to getting them, at least then, if I collect them, I can then just not bring them back. I could keep them for myself. The gallery, I mean, not myself. And we can keep it under lock and key and inform the proper authorities.
At least 2 of the owners, Gunzel and Draskua, are dangerous marauders. And the 3rd owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal.
This doesn't seem right. I don't want to assemble a Daedric artifact. As I said, this man will just hire and throw money at the problem until he has the pieces, and I don't think it's wise that this man, this cultist, has such a powerful artifact. I'll do it, but you'd better be willing to pay me for my efforts.
Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked.
Oh, that's shady. Mehrunes' razor. Tell me more about what you know about the razor.
The razor is Mehrunes Dagon's personal artifact. It has always heralded bloody change and carnage. It's held many names. Dagger of the Final Wounds, Bane of the Righteous, the Kingslayer. The Mythic Dawn worship Dagon as a god. Having his razor would be invaluable to my collection.
So I imagine.
Good luck finding the fragments.
Thank you. Wish me better luck keeping them out of your hands. This is a scabbard then of the razor. Oh, I should have realised. I've read about the razor. Right, let's... Hang on, let's read these notes. We might have more questions for him once we've read them. Keepers of the Razor. Current descendants of the Inner Circle. Jorgen of Morthal, 8th generation of Clan X-Bearer to bear the hilt of Mehrunes' razor. Son of Halnir, son of Fror, son of Koli, son of Malte, son of Ligilid, son of Nedrir, son of Len. Guzriel, leader of the Cracked Tusk bandits who claim territory in southwest Falkreath. And 8th to bear the blade shards of Mehrunes' razor. Son of Shellac, son of Mog, son of Gruul, son of Durgob, son of Uzgak, son of Ramolg, son of Otmash. Draskua, leader of the Forsworn of Dead Crone Rock. Forsworn? How did they go from Keeper of the Razor to bloody Forsworn? That's a bit of a pivot. Nestled in the westernmost mountains of the Reach. and 8th to bear the pommel of Mehrunes Razor. Daughter of Chiron, daughter of Ediana, daughter of Malvina, daughter of Muriel, daughter of Rian, daughter of Kaylee, daughter of Scorcher, or Sorcher. Now, I suppose all it takes is one person to marry into the Forsworn, and then it's kind of locked in there, isn't it? Historical background. Of all the groups that pledged to eradicate the Mythic Dawn from Tamriel, none were as inadvertently successful as the Keepers of the Razor. Originally a militia group founded to destroy the remnants of the Mythic Dawn, the group was renamed after discovering the legendary artifact of Mehrunes Dagon that became their namesake. How they found the Razor is a secret that I have been unable to uncover, but it is clear that they were not part of Phrazyn Drothan's failed expedition to Vasa Balim, and in fact the group does not first appear in Imperial records until 50 years later. The Razor was divided among the 3 highest-ranking members of the Order's inner circle, to be passed down from the oldest child until the twin moons themselves disappeared from the skies. Although this pledge seems to have been loosely interpreted, as the moons did vanish from the heavens during the Void Nights of 4th Era 98 and 4th Era 100. Yet, the Razor's pieces were still being bequeathed through the generations during and after this time. Tracing the lineages of the Inner Circle proved especially difficult thanks to the group's unusual membership. While the leader of the Keepers of the Razor was a Nord and thankfully was easily researched through the clan's family histories, the other 2 members were an Orc and a native daughter of the Reach, whose culture's paucity of respect for literacy made tracking them down less straightforward. Fortunately, Othmash Gulzar and his sons are well recorded for their service in the Imperial Legion, yet the Daughters of Sorcher proved nearly impossible to find until I uncovered Markarth's meticulously thorough tax records, which recorded each birth of Sorcher's kin in order to administer certain petty fees. Sorcher's current descendant, Draskua, fled to Dead Crone Rock after the Markarth incident, and is considered by the Jarl to be a major threat to the safety of the hold. Well, I've no issues taking down the Forsworn. Did it say... Yeah, one of them's become a leader of bandits. I don't necessarily have an issue taking out them. But is Jorgen of Morthal? Is he just a citizen? He said by any means necessary, but we're not hurting innocent citizens. We've got a bit of an expedition to go on at some point then, it seems. Right, let's see, there's Imperials in town. That's Imperial Legion armor. And they're just letting that be. Have they not reported it to anyone? Right, let's look. Piece of the past. Retrieve the hilt of Mehrunes Razor at Movarth's lair. Oh, that's where the vampire is. Oh, did they get abducted by a vampire and now they're... Well, Morthal does have a vampire problem. It's highly likely it's in the lair. That reminds me, we need to get Dawnbreaker, the Daedric artifact that's going to help us against the undead, and go storm that lair with Shirley and Inigo and Lucian at some point. Maybe some outside help. But a master vampire is nothing to turn your nose up at. There's the Dwemer Monument over here, but that's not what we're looking for. We're southwest of Falkreath. Cracked Tusk Keep. That's where we're going to find the Blade Shards. And then the western mountains of the Reach. Dead Crone Rock. That's where we're going to find the Pommel. And it was the hilt in Morthal. Right, that's going on the back burner. They, I assume, are not going anywhere anytime fast. We need to get to Heljarken. We need to return to Ungar, get that Daedric hammer he's got. And then there is another artifact we have called Sand's Torch, not all that far away in Stillborn Cave, which sounds like a lovely place to spend the day, he said sarcastically. We've got a lot of things to get on with. Let's do some mining. As I say, we need to make some oils before we actually head on out. The ride to Heljarken's not going to be very dangerous, but if we're going to place called Stillborn Cave at some point. As I say, never hurts to be prepared. And how do we even get into all this trouble? Everywhere we go, we seem to get tangled up with Daedric princes. We've got another thing to do near Solitude, wasn't it? Rimerock Burrow. We need to retrieve the Rueful Axe with Barbas, which is and is not Clavicus Vile, to try and reunite them. We got into trouble with Meridia. That's where we got Dawnbreaker from. Oh, you know what? Let's do mining. I need to clear my head. Right then, we've got plenty of charcoal now. We can make a nice deal of health oils. They're always welcome. Fire oil, that's usually pretty handy as well, especially against the undead. Let's make plenty of that. Caustic oil. Causes poison damage with every strike. That could also be more useful than fire. Depending on the enemy, that is. But what else can we do? We do have a selection of new oil recipes. We can increase our damage. If we had corundum ore fragments, we can increase our damage for 5 minutes by applying this to our muscles. That would be very useful. That is a lot of damage. Strength, we can carry more. There's water-breathing oils. I don't know how that works. A bubbly light oil to be spread over the mouth. And then there was even a night vision oil. A warm, thin oil to be smeared over the eyes. I feel like that would obscure my vision rather than improve my vision. But they do require quite valuable fragments. More of the more potent oils. The sanguine oil does seem particularly savage. A vile oil that prevents blood from clotting. Causes the living to hemorrhage for 5 over 5 seconds. Right, we should be okay for now, though. Let's get a couple more
Father, do you want to talk?
health. Let's get some caustic oils as well.
Mother?
There we are.
No, Karita.
We should be good to go then.
I'm sure she would want me to be happy.
Now, where is our beloved Bruiser? Lucian, we do need to talk about you riding.
What's on your mind?
I'm just wondering what's on your mind.
Hit me. Not literally.
Yeah, no, not after our little training session last
I'll
time.
be right behind you.
I've hit you enough for today. Bruiser, there she is. My lovely, yes, you are. Right, we're heading to Heljarken. I should have brought a warmer cloak, but here we are. Come on in, Lucian. Try to keep up. I know you're a dab hand at running, I'll say that much, especially after all that extra exercise you got pushing the carriage around through elsewhere. Let's go deliver this hammer, pick up a new hammer, and we'll see how much time we've got left in the day. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! No! Getting off to help this man fight spiders was a mistake! He's an assassin! Don't be after me! Don't be after me! Oh, you're after me, aren't you? Oh, gosh! The Thalmor hiring you, huh? Down you go!
I yield! I yield!
You yield? Do you? Where's Lucian? Oh, I've rode too far away from Lucian. You yield? Yeah? You're gonna stay down? No, oh, you cheeky butt. Right. We are not taking chances with you when you're running towards me with your sword and dagger out. Where the hell is Lucian? I didn't go that far ahead of him. Please. Oh, look who turns up. Yeah, Nike. No, I'm being unfair. I'm being unfair. Yep, I'm okay. Don't you worry. Right, who hired this one? As instructed, you are to eliminate Arcadius by any means necessary. Black Sacrament's been performed. Somebody wants this poor fool dead. No word of who hired them or performed the sacrament. Well, we're taking his cloak. It is warmer and it's rather cold out here. Oh dear. Just thinking about it. The Vigilance of Stendar aren't too far away from here, are they? Where is the Vigilance Hall? I think it's just over this hill or something, isn't it? I don't want to get too distracted because it is freezing cold and we are knee-deep in snow almost. I'm just wondering, should we be telling them about our dealings with Daedra? Or the fact that... Wait, is that smoke? What's all this smoke? Because there's a museum, a Daedric museum. What's happening here? Oh. No, hang on a minute. Right, Lucien, stay close. What the hell's happened? This... I know it isn't like a full-on fortress, but this was a pretty damn well fortified position. Oh, that's fresh blood. And they were trained to hunt Daedra that... Right, stay with me. What the hell is this? A death hound? We're going to take the collar as, I don't know, proof of what's happened here? Can we show it to somebody to figure out who the hell's done this? Some more blood. A Master Vampire. Oh, this isn't going to be the one from Morthal, is it? This isn't going to be part of the Morthal little cult that's going on down there. Hell. How many vampires are going to be necessary to do this? They went down swinging, clearly, but... Oh, we are in trouble. Well, I think this explains why they could get away with making a Daedric gallery just down the road, even if it is only in somebody's little hut. Oh no. The Ethereum Wars. I mean, we're ignoring that for now. We're taking a book with us, but now's not the time. Oh, God. Oh. Safe at the back? Vault of the Vigilance. Empty. Oh, we are freezing cold. We sheltered here once from the cold, and now look at it. I think we might want to consider going over to the Dawnguard and maybe picking up some vampire hunting techniques or two. I don't think we're going to be safe from vampires for much longer. And safe from vampires I use very loosely, because we've already had our fair share of bloody run-ins with them. Oh, I should have brought my warmer cloak. Right, we need to get out of here. I don't feel safe hanging around. Like, the braziers are still lit. These fires are still burning. The blood is still fresh. It's barely frozen in the snow. I don't want to know if any other vampires are hanging around and watching us. Right, we need to go. Come on. We're getting back to Brucer. We're carrying on our way. We might need to rethink our plan once we get to the inn. Oh, and we actually might need to make a campfire. You know what? We don't have a choice. Lucien, tent. We've got to make a campfire. I am freezing cold. That's how I'm doing.
What a coincidence.
I'm just in disbelief. Well, what's happened to the Vigilance? They've just been decimated. And for what? I know that they hunted vampires wherever they were, but I would have thought the Dawn Guards that we keep hearing about would have been a better target in that regard. Oh, unless something's happened to the Dawn Guard as well. Right, let's not hang around for too much longer. I just want to make sure that we are all nice and warm before we head out and ride to Heljarken. We need to get there before nightfall. I think we might have only been safe during the day from the vampires. I reckon as soon as night falls again, they're going to be swarming over those ruins, celebrating. Oh, we didn't see any bodies, actually, from the Vigilance. I wonder what they did with the... Well, no doubt survivors, but what they did with their remains. I think they might be in lots of pieces and all drained of blood by now. What a depressing turn of events this has turned out to be. Right, another half an hour by the fire. Make sure we are thoroughly warm. We're going to hit the road again.